वेलकम टू NYC देसी। दोस्तों, अगर आप चैनल पे नए आए तो प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, हेल्प अस ग्रो दी चैनल। आज मैं बहुत ही एक्सट्रीमली एक्साइटेड हूँ इन्विटेशन यूनाइटेड नेशन में जो योगा इवेंट हो रहा है उसको कवर करने का। तो मैं चाहता हूँ कि मैं आप लोगों के साथ शेयर करूँ योगा इवेंट नॉर्थ लॉन में हो रहा है यूनाइटेड नेशन के अंदर। यार, यूनाइटेड नेशन ऐसी वर्ल्ड बॉडी है कि जहाँ पे योगा इवेंट हो रहा है और मैं आप लोगों के साथ शेयर कर रहा हूँ। बहुत ही बड़ी बात है हमारे लिए। इससे पहले भी एवरी ईयर करते हैं, बट दिस ईयर आई गॉट अ चांस, तो मैंने सोचा मैं आप लोगों के साथ शेयर करूं। वीडियो को एंड तक देखिए आप एंड मुझे बताना कि कैसा लगा ये वीडियो, एंड लाइक एंड कमेंट तो बनता ही है, तो प्लीज़ कीजिए। थैंक यू। नेशंस बिल्डिंग, पीछे जो डोम दिख रहा है आपको, दैट डोम इज़ द यूनाइटेड नेशन जनरल असेंबली एंड दिस इज़ द यूनाइटेड नेशन हेडक्वार्टर ऑफिस। पूरा जो है ये विजिटर्स एंट्रेंस से हम जाएंगे, देन विल गो थ्रू द सिक्योरिटी। इवन सिक्योरिटी बहुत टाइट होता है, इट्स लाइक एन एयरपोर्ट की तरह। यू हैव टू गो थ्रू द होल सिक्योरिटी स्कैन, मेक श्योर एवरीथिंग इज़ क्लियर्ड, उसके बाद ही आप अंदर आ सकते हैं। देखिए किस तरह से ऑर्गेनाइज़ किया हुआ है, एवरीथिंग इज़ ऑर्गेनाइज। यहाँ पे टी शर्ट्स हैं, यहाँ पे वाटर बॉटल्स हैं, पीपल आर सो बिजी। सारी तैयारी एकदम ज़बरदस्त है यहाँ पे। सब लोग यहाँ पे एकदम, देखिए किस तरह से इन्होंने टी शर्ट्स हैं यहाँ पे। तो एक बार आप आएंगे तो आपको यहाँ टी शर्ट मिलता है, देन यहाँ पे योगा मैट्स हैं, पूरे योगा मैट्स हैं। अब देन यू कलेक्ट दी योगा मैट के बाद देन आप जाओगे पानी सेक्शन में, आपको पानी मिलता है एंड ये एकदम रीयूसेबल वाटर बॉटल है यार, एकदम ज़बरदस्त रीयूसेबल वाटर बॉटल है। तो तैयारी बहुत अच्छी हो रखी है यहाँ पे, एकदम नॉर्थ लॉन एकदम चमक चुका है। ऐसा लग रहा है कि कोई योगा इंस्टीट्यूट है एंड सब लोग आए हुए हैं। पार्टिसिपेशन की पूरी तैयारी चल रही है यहाँ पे। आप देखिए किस तरह से तैयारी है यार। लोग इतने एक्साइटेड हैं, जब वो टी शर्ट ले रहे हैं तो टी शर्ट से फ़ोटो भी खींच रहे हैं यार। इट्स अच्छा लगता है काफ़ी। एंड देखिए किस तरह से रिस्पॉन्स है यहाँ पे। आप बिलीव नहीं करोगे, कई लोग हैं जो यहाँ पे 3:30 बजे से बैठे हुए हैं। ये इवेंट 5:30 बजे शुरू होने वाला था। दे आर सो एक्साइटेड इस ये इवेंट के लिए। ये देखिए दोस्तों, जो यूनाइटेड नेशन का इवेंट होता है यहाँ, ये इनविटेशन ओनली होता है। मोस्ट ऑफ द लोग जो होते हैं वो मेंबर कंट्रीज़ के होते हैं यहाँ पे पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए। सो बहुत ही अच्छा है। मोस्ट ऑफ द मेंबर कंट्रीज़ जो है वो इंडिया को सपोर्ट करती हैं योगा के लिए, बिकॉज योगा इज़ नो मोर इंडिया का इवेंट। आई मीन आई वुड से दैट योगा इज़ नो मोर इंडिया इवेंट, राइट? आई मीन एवरीवन नीड्स योगा, खासकर जब कोविड हुआ, एंड दैट्स व्हाई दे कॉल्ड इट, दिस ईयर का जो योगा इवेंट का थीम इट्स कॉल्ड योगा फॉर ह्यूमैनिटी, बिकॉज मेंटल हेल्थ, फिजिकल हेल्थ सब इंपॉर्टेंट ना हो गया कोविड के बाद। एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द लोग हैं जो दे अंडरस्टूड कि हाउ इम्पॉर्टेंट इट इज़। तो देखते हैं हम कई लोगों से इंटरेक्ट करेंगे एंड उनका भी एक ओपिनियन लेंगे एंड देन सी व्हाट दे थिंक अबाउट योगा। दोस्तों, आई जस्ट मेट यूली, शी इज़ बीन प्रैक्टिसिंग योगा फॉर 20 ईयर्स। मैं चाहता हूँ कि आई शेयर हर व्यूज़ आप लोगों के साथ एंड होप यू गाइज गेट मोटिवेटेड हियरिंग हर। यूली, can you tell us how long you've been practicing yoga?
I claim that I've been practicing for 20 years because that's when I started 20 years ago. But I haven't been practicing very, very seriously. So I'm constant. I am literally a constant beginner, and I'm not just trying to be humble or modest. But I do think that it's nice to always be in this beginner kind of mode because you don't give yourself too much pressure. Whenever you find time, you just do a little bit. And whenever I do that a little bit of yoga, I do find a lot of peace and just peace and joy and happiness.
So what motivated you to thank you for holding the mic. What motivated you to do the yoga? I mean, why did you pick up yoga as a practice?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think it's kind of just by chance because 20 years ago there was a friend of mine who was actually from New York. He was in China, that's where I'm from, and he told me that it's very good for, it's kind of like a technique to connect to your mind and body, as everyone is saying, and you kind of need to start from your breathing to kind of get into that technique. So I feel there must be something right and true about it, so I just wanted to explore.
Oh, thank you so much. So there are so many times that I try doing meditation and yoga, and I just do it, and I never find a time. And it's the same thing. Most of my friends, when I talk to them, they say, I can't find a time. How do you find a time to do yoga? I mean, it's like a base. It sounds very weird, but it's basic thing. People are rushing in day-to-day life, and they don't have time. So how do you find the time to do yoga?
It's a very good question, because I don't really find the time. But I think the step one is not to be too hard on yourself. It's kind of like, it's okay. Even if you don't find time, like whenever you can get a little bit of time, then seize it and do it. Like if you have an International Day of Yoga, for example, just come and do a little bit. Yeah, and then I think once you enjoy it, and then I think your subconscious is probably going to like find more excuses to bring that into your life, right?
Understood. Yeah.
Probably just don't be too hard.
Thank you
do it
so much. Thank you so much for the input. So thank you, Yuli. So friends, basically what she's saying that don't be hard on yourself. Even if you do 10 minutes a day, practice the 10 minutes, and slowly you will start liking it. You start liking it, and then you'll become a fan of yoga. Because what happens when you start 10 minutes, then you do 20 minutes, then you 30 minutes, and then you see the benefit of yoga, and then eventually you start liking that practice. Did I say that correct?
I think that's very accurate.
That's accurate. Thank you so much. Yuli has endorsed my statement, so thank you, Yuli, for your time, and good luck with the practice. Namaste. Thank you. मैंने सोचा मैं आप लोगों से शेयर करूं and इनका व्यू लेते हैं, because he's been practicing yoga for I don't know how many years.
50 years.
Over 50 years. So I'll hand over the mic to you, 𝗗𝗘𝗦𝗧, and then let him speak about yoga. And I hope you guys get motivated about that. Go ahead.
Namaste everyone. My name is 𝗗𝗘𝗢𝗦𝗓. I am from Cochin, Kerala. Last 23 years I am living in New York City, part of the UN NGOs at the UN, putting different events. We all tried to mobilize yoga. I had to congratulate and admire our Prime Minister Modi to bring this resolution to the UN. As a yogi from childhood, age 1, I start as a little baby. My parents used to practice. I got interested. I started practicing. By age 10, I started teaching my sports team in my school. That's where I started. But I never thought I'll become a yoga teacher. And I was representing school and college for 𝐃𝐄𝐒 national level too. And I incorporate all the sports with the yoga.
Oh, that's nice.
So as a NCC under officer, wherever I go, I bring yoga with me. I promote yoga. And people used to make fun of me. Are you crazy? You are going to be a monk? I said, yeah, I may become a monk. In the end, I end up in Himalayas, living in caves. Then suddenly I end up in New York City. Here my friend Reverend Dennis Scott was standing. She's the chair of the International Day of Yoga Committee.
You can join, Dennis. Oh, that's Dennis. Do you do yoga,
Namaste.
Dennis? Do you do yoga, Dennis?
Of course, I've been doing yoga, and there are the 8 limbs of yoga. When we talk about Patanjali, we talk about the 8 limbs of yoga. So, yoga is for everybody, and it is what is calling you to practice. I think at the end of the day, it's about the underlying values of yoga that yoga promotes, and how it is about unity, how it's about harmony, respect, human dignity, how we can collaborate and work together, and how we can create a better world for all on this precious planet. How we can promote peace and nonviolence. That's the underlying values of yoga, and we can do that. And by having these practices, especially the ones that were shown tonight where we could experience, that helps us connect, and that helps us bring inner peace, and then we can go and do the outer peace, do the seva, do the work to really help the world and to change the world.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for joining.
Special thanks to PMI.
Now,
Yes, PMI.
Guys, PMI means Mission of India, who had organized this event. Now, do me a favor. Can you say subscribe to NYC DESI? NYC DESI. Yeah. Can you say that? Subscribe to NYC DESI.
Subscribe to NYC DESI.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Abdullah Shahid to inaugurate the International Yoga Day 2022.
His Excellency Trimurti, Permanent Representative of India, Permanent Representatives, distinguished colleagues, friends, ladies and gentlemen, Namaste. Today I'm delighted to celebrate the International Day of Yoga with you all under the theme Yoga for Humanity. Thank you, India, for hosting this very special event. Today could not have come at a more opportune time, as the COVID-19 pandemic has upended lives and livelihoods, triggering a deluge of anxiety and depression. The practice of yoga serves as a holistic approach to the physical, mental, and spiritual health and well-being of humanity. It simply works. Both an ancient practice and philosophy that dates back over 5,000 years ago, yoga continues to grow in popularity all over the world. It plays a major role in bringing people together with compassion, kindness, and humility. It builds resilience among people, fostering a sense of unity and purpose. My dear friends, yoga is the ultimate energizer, as it can be practiced anywhere, at any time, and requires no financial investment. It is a powerful way for people of all ages and status, regardless of color, ethnicity, or gender, to improve overall physical and mental health and healing. Indeed, improving global health is our long-term objective. Today's celebration, therefore, is also an opportunity to promote more sustainable lifestyles and a healthier outlook on life. Practicing yoga also helps us achieve the SDGs, particularly Goal 3 on good health and well-being. My dear friends, yoga is all about unity, connecting the mind, body, and spirit. On this International Day of Yoga, let us continue to nurture our happy minds. Let us commit to more physical activities. And yes, let us practice yoga to soothe our tired, weary spirits. The power of yoga is the power of unity for a healthier, happier, and prosperous future for all. It is here to stay, and I thank you.
I thank President of the General Assembly for his valuable message. It is a pleasure now to invite the permanent representative of Bhutan, Ambassador 𝗗𝗕𝗢, herself a yoga practitioner and enthusiast. We look forward to hearing from you, Your Excellency.
Mr. President, Excellencies, dear friends, good evening and namaskar. First, allow me to extend warmest congratulations to the Permanent Mission of India and to all friends present this evening on the occasion of the 8th International Day of Yoga. I thank the Permanent Representative of India, His Excellency Ambassador T.S. Tirumurthy, for the opportunity to share a few thoughts on this year's theme, Yoga for Humanity. Yoga is described as a tradition that seeks to unify the mind with the body and soul to allow for greater mental, spiritual, and physical well-being. The practice of yoga is well known and loved in Bhutan for its multifaceted health benefits and for the values it inculcates amongst practitioners. Mindfulness, moderation, discipline, and perseverance are all values with universal appeal that encourage a deeper sense of interconnectedness within community, society, and the natural world around us. As a pathway towards sustainable living, it is in complete consonance with the ethos of Bhutan's development philosophy of gross national happiness that too seeks to achieve harmonious balance. Balance between material well-being on one hand and the spiritual, emotional, and cultural needs of society on the other. Yoga responds to this aspiration for harmony, and we too in Bhutan believe that yoga evokes greater happiness for the individual, the community, and consequently for our planet. The inextricable link between good mental health, physical well-being, and sustainable development was brought into sharp focus during the pandemic. and at no other time was there a greater need for the physical and mental nourishment that yoga offers. In the face of depression, anxiety, loneliness, brought about by extended periods of lockdown and isolation, the practice of yoga offered a lifeline to better physical health and mental well-being for millions across the world. The WHO's World Mental Health Report, released in the past week, states that nearly 1 billion people worldwide suffer from some form of mental disorder, including 1 in 7 teenagers. Against such sombering findings, the need for good practices and holistic solutions for health and well-being, accessible to all, become even more compelling. In 2014, Bhutan was pleased to join 176 other UN member states in supporting Resolution 69131, steered by India, proclaiming the 21st of June each year as International Day of Yoga. Yoga may have had its roots in the rich and ancient traditions of India, but today, as our presence this evening testifies, it has transcended borders and is truly India's gift to humanity. Happy International Day of Yoga.
For that scintillating performance. Let us hear it for Indian Raga again. So the next demonstration is by Isha Yoga. Isha Foundation.
You can hold Brahma Mudra. Place your right hand over your left hand, loosely placed in the middle of your lap, palms facing upward, and close your
Bhakti Center.
Thank you all so much for being here. You all look so wonderful and beautiful. I am here accompanied by my dear Susan and my dear 𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗓, and we will be doing some yoga asana. So we will begin in child's pose, balasana. So you can start at the front of your mat and just widen your knees and sit back as such, yeah? You can take a look at 𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗓, at Susan. So really making sure to the heels that the forehead is completely relaxed. You can take some breaths here into the upper back, into the spine, and just feel the earth beneath you. Just feel the grass beneath you. And take big, beautiful, yummy breaths here. You should feel the whole left side of your body opening. Really reach those fingertips up to the sky. It should feel so good. And if you would like to take it a little further, you can reach the left arm over the head to the stage, right? Like a big, big sigh. Good. Take one more big inhale here. Slowly come back to where you began. All fours, all fours. Take your time. Taps the forehead down. Great. Push your hands into the ground and come back onto your hands and knees. And we are going to step our feet back into plank. Yes, just for a moment, not too long. Explore in your body how this downward dog feels. So good, everyone. Yes, yes, yes. Walk those legs out. I love it over there. It looks so good. Through center, switch, right? So now grab your left wrist, inhale nice and up, and then take it over to the side and breathe. Now we're in the direction of the Hudson River. Good. It feels so good. Look up at the beautiful sky and stay. One nice big inhale and stay. And one last one. Big inhale. And exhale, hands are down. Your right toes, right? We love it so much. Sit down a little bit deeper. Take one more nice big inhale. And nose. Let something go out the mouth. Bring a prayer to your heart center. And we'll close with just one sound of Om. Inhaling. So much for your beautiful movement and your beautiful practice. Thank you, Susan, and thank you, 𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗨. Once again, my name is 𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗨. We are
The UN Secretariat for collaborating with us on this. President of the General Assembly, His Excellency Mr. Abdullah Shahid, Permanent Representative of Bhutan, Ambassador 𝐷𝗏𝗏, for sharing your thoughts.
दोस्तों मेरे साथ हैं एरिक. ही इज़ बिन प्रैक्टिसिंग योगा फॉर मे बी आई थिंक ईयर एंड हाफ नाउ, एंड आई वाज सरप्राइज द वे जिस तरह से योगा कर रहे थे. इट वाज अमेजिंग. तो आई थॉट लेट मी टच बेस विथ हिम एंड आस्क हिम how he got motivated into yoga and how long you've been doing yoga. You can hold the mic.
Hey India, Brooklyn here. Nice to see you. I got into yoga about a year and a half ago. I started listening a lot to 𝗗𝗘𝗦𝗬 lectures, podcasts.
Okay.
And he talks a lot about yoga. He talks more about Raja Yoga, the way of life, but he also talked about how invigorating these exercises are. So I purposely started losing muscle. I was like very Brooklyn-y.
Oh, really?
And I just started, instead of lifting weights all the time, I would do yoga all the time and lift weights once a week. And I'm much happier and I feel a lot better. I feel a lot younger.
Oh, really?
Especially mentally.
Mentally, right? So
Yeah.
that's what the yoga, that's what they say, right? Yoga is body, mind, and soul, right? It connects everything together.
And I've just sort of become addicted to it.
Okay.
I've always been addicted to the gym and stuff. So I used to work out a lot longer doing weights, and yoga, I'm in and out in an hour. I feel great.
And I'm sure it made you more flexible, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was Frankenstein my first day.
Oh, really?
The teacher asked, "Do you have any physical problems?" And I said, "Does rigor mortis count as a physical problem?" So,
Do you do meditation also?
You want a short answer or long?
Short answer.
Short answer is this: I play drums.
Okay.
And a lot of times when I'm playing drums, I lose, and I consider that meditation. The meditation we just tried now, my mind goes pretty fast, and I'm not as successful at it. So it's, I think meditation is whatever you do to sort of get out of past, future, and kind of be present.
Thank you. Thank you, Eric, so
Thank
much
you.
for the input. Take care. Namaste again.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you so much. Very fortunate. I was leaving United Nations and I happened to meet Sam. He's from Isha Foundation and he's been practicing yoga for almost 4-5 years. So I was just inquiring him, how do you practice, and all the small questions you have about yoga. And then when he said that yoga changed his life, I said, give me a minute. Would you mind talking to my family, which is NYC DESI family, and motivate them? Maybe one of you guys get motivated listening to him. So thanks to Sam.
Namaskaram.
Is something about yoga or Isha Foundation or anything which can motivate my family, which is NYC DESI family.
Absolutely. All I'll say is that yoga has had a huge impact in my life. It's changed my life completely. It has made both helped me with sort of health problems and mental stability and all those things, but it has also opened up areas of perception that I didn't realize could be opened up. So I hope that you find your way and you try some of these things. If you would like to take the first step, I would recommend Inner Engineering as a wonderful first step. It's the flagship program of Isha Foundation. And if you want something simple and light that you can try now, if you just search for the Sadhguru app and download that, there's also some free yoga and meditations that are there on the app, and lots of video content for you to learn about it. So
Thank you so much, Sam. And then you want to say something about the Save Soil, because I heard you were talking about Save Soil. I want my family to know about soil, how important it is, because I know some of you might have heard about, Sadhguru's, journey into, 100 days journey
yes.
into soil. So he will explain more. Go ahead.
Yes, so Sadhguru has been riding his motorcycle through 27 nations for 100 days to raise awareness about the importance of caring for our soil. Why is this yogic master riding for soil? The issue is that already 52% of the soil on this planet is degraded, and because of the way we do current farming practices, using chemical fertilizers and not having cover crops, things like that, depending on the country, there are different practices that are problematic. We're actually turning arable land into deserts very quickly. Wow. And if we don't do something about this, we will see food shortages in many nations across the world. And that is an ugly thing. You don't want to see a world where people are not able to get food. So this is something that we can do something about now. It also happens to be the solution for climate change. If we simply plant more and more plants and have better farming practices, then by growing these plants, it will draw carbon down from the atmosphere and into the land. Yes. So it's a multi-purpose solution. Sadhguru and the Isha Foundation have been presenting specific ways to change the farming practices for each nation, because obviously it's different depending on the climate and those types of things. And he's just nearing the end of his journey now. But actually, they were just correcting me. I think I said that we've reached 2 billion people, and they're saying it's 3.2 billion people.
Oh wow! That's
so
a lot of population.
It's wonderful. That's a lot of people, and the reason we want so many people to talk about soil is because in a world where there are many democratic nations,
Absolutely.
It's only the voice of the people that will make policy change, and that's what we want to happen.
Thank you so much, Sam. Thank you so much for the time. दोस्तों, it's time to say goodbye from United Nations. बहुत मज़ा आया. The program was amazingly successful, and I hope आपको भी वीडियो पसंद आया हो. And then जाने से पहले definitely subscribe करना, comment करना, और मुझे बताना कि वीडियो कैसा लगा. Until we meet, stay safe, take care.